Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of crypto videos. Today I'm going to show you a very brand new indicator that you can purchase if you choose. It is for $3.99 if you want to use PayPal or Cash App or something, and it'll be for $2.99 if you want to pay with crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, or whatnot. With that, let's get started. This is how this indicator works. So what we have in one place is higher time frame trends and lower time frame trends on the chart of your choosing. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay on the 30 minutes. You can change it to whatever time frame that you would like, but we're going to stay on the 30 minute. You can see the 30 minute over here, and you can see that this is going, they're all labeled to where they are, so you can see that this is trend one. These are all edited, so or they have the capability of being edited, so you can change the trends to your preference. So if you want to use a 200 period, you can use 250, 100, 1,000, 3,000, whatever you choose to, you can use those settings. The settings that are on here are the preferred ones because this has been back tested and proven that it does work, and you'll be able to see that. This has nothing to do with candlestick patterns, has nothing to do with anything other than direction of the trend. And the stronger that direction indicator points to, the better chances and the probability of you getting in on the trend or at the very beginning of the trend. So candlestick patterns won't come into play on this, though you can use candlestick patterns to confirm an entry or an exit, but that is not what this trend is, this indicator is going to do. It is, so the first three right here, this is trend line 1, trend line 2, trend line 3, and then you have your micro trend on here, which is set to whatever time period that you choose to set them at. And these are going to be your higher time frames where you choose whatever you want. If you want to use a day, 6 hour, 3 hour, 1 hour, you can even do it on a 15-minute chart and then trade on a 1-minute chart if you're going to scalp. It works. And if you just follow the instructions, your probabilities of trading and being profitable is extremely increased with this indicator. And if you have any questions, let me know on it. So the ideal behind this is that you want to wait for particular pullbacks to get into the trend. You don't want to what traders will call FOMO in. You don't want to FOMO in anywhere right here, right here, right here. Though you can see the macro trend, which is the higher time frame trend, is upward. So if you do here, you're going to take a massive beating before it goes up. And that doesn't even mean that if you take a position here, the trend might change on you altogether. So what you want to do is you want to wait for the pullbacks, get in on the touches of your macro trend lines, and wait for confirmation to go into those positions and take that position, because that gives you the highest probability of profiting off of this. For example, you can see that right here we broke above it. We're clearly in a trend that looks like it's starting. We're in short term, and the micro trend is down. So is this going to be a breakout, or is this a bull trap? Well, you know that the probability of this being a bull trap is slim to none, because your macro trends are pointing upwards. So they're all green. It makes it very easy, color coded, to understand which way the trend is. Red is down, green is up. Pretty logical, right? So you can see that your macro trend is lining up with your micro trend. That means you have consolidation right here. That means you can take that position once this the micro trend turns green. Your macro trends are green. You can take that position no matter where you take that position at. You can take it at the very top of it, right when it turns green, and 5.5% and a 5 hour and 30 minute time frame. Then you can see that your micro trend is turning red on you. That means that you want to have a higher high or a higher low before you want to take a position. So what happens? You have this low here, you come back down into your macro trend channels, and you're inside your macro trend channels. Here's your confirmation. Here is your confirmation that that your micro is lined up with your macro, and if you would have taken that position, you can see that if you would have taken right at the breakout, you had been good. But if you had done it at the closing, you would have made 3.67%. Again, we have another pullback into your macro channels. You can see the channels there. You can see that the channel trend line 1, 2, and 3, they're all still green. You can see that we pulled back into it. We have our macro, or sorry, our micro lines up with our macro trend. If you would have taken at the first confirmation, you would have seen that it would have went up, and you would have made some pretty good money. Let me see, pull that up. You can see right here. You can see that last trade. Here is that last trade right here on there, and we made right at 5% yesterday off of this trend line right here. We made a little over 5%. We got out when we hit our target, and if we would have stayed back in, you would be banking really good, but 5% is really well. But you can see that when your micro trend lines up with your macro trend, your probability of profiting on that is extremely high. It works both ways. If you go over here, you can see that your micro is down now because we're in a bearish market, and your macro is on top. We have all three lined up right here. Let me mark it. We have all three lined up right there. Let me change this color to white so we can see it a little bit better. And you can see here's where it lines up. So what you want to do is you want to wait for your micro to turn red, your micro trend, and you can see that it did turn red. You take your position, and you would have profited off of it. Here's another position where everything's lined up. You can see your macro trend is lined up. We had a nice little sell-off. If you had got in on that when your micro turned red, that lined up with it, you made 5.67%. So it works both ways. So it depends on which trend you're going to, and if you want to go short, you can leverage trade by using Bitget, which is the link in the description box below. But if you want to have access to this chart, it is a lifetime access. It's not it is a lifetime access. It's not yearly like most indicators. This is a lifetime access. Once you to the trading view name that you have, you can you can buy it. Again, it's $3.99 if you want to pay with dollars or euros or whatever through PayPal, and if you want to use crypto, it'd be $2.99 for lifetime access. I hope it's a blessing to you, and I do believe that it works. This is how I trade. Last thing on this, if you just want access to the signals when the signals go off, you can have access to those signals, and that is for $49 a month. And not only do you get this, but you'll get all the cryptos that are on Binance. You'll be able to have access to all those, and you'll get the trade setups on there. So if you don't want to do the trend and you don't want to watch it, you can just get the alerts through Telegram, and that is for $49 a month. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, let me know.